What's up, everybody? Flying solo again here tonight. Jason is still on that trip with his family. Hope they're having a good time. Haven't talked to him. I should text him, ask him what's up. Hey, maybe he'll tune in at some point. I don't know if he's probably not staying up as late. They're probably getting up, you know, doing activities. I don't know. He's probably like me. He's used to staying up late at night, but you go on trips, and everybody's wanting you to get up at 6 o'clock, go out and enjoy the day, you know, whatever. I think we're just both kind of night owls. His job sort of requires him to do that, and then if I want to play with him, I've got to stay up too. But I've always gravitated towards being a night owl. Although I don't mind. I've been, you know, sort of an early bird.
How can you
I was last semester.
We just got here.
It was kind of a night owl, though. Like, I would go to bed at 9 or 10 and get up at, like, 4. And prepare for my class. It was a pretty crazy semester. But anyways, okay, so we don't have a lot of AD. We've got a lot of AP. They've only got, well, they got 2 tanks, I guess. Wow, he didn't get a damage rune? That doesn't do damage, right? No, it's just like slow. You know, so he just wants to get away. So he's pretty confident he's going to kill somebody with his all-in, I guess. Yeah, you see that coming. I'm glad he used his barrier there, though. I should have just warded that. I mean, I knew she was probably going to be in there. That's every Poppy's dream, is to get that wall bang, level 1. She doesn't have hail, though, fortunately.
The universe
she had hail and ignite. I don't think she ignited it. But that's alright. I can heal him back up to it. I think Victor can be a decent mage. Bottom. The mage bottoms are still really strong. They didn't do anything to nerf that, I don't think, this patch. Sorry, I don't have the chat right now. I'll get it on my next pack.
As expected.
Caitlyn has first strikes. That's really good. She's gonna do a lot less damage later. Damn it. Minion ran after
I only
her.
believe in myself and Saya.
Poppy falls off pretty hard. There's not a ton of value on the Poppy here. Obviously, it's good against me and like maybe Renekton a little bit, but she's just not that threatening. To me, she's kind of like a Taric that's like a little more annoying.
I am bad because I'm free, and I am free because I'm bad.
Kind of be aware of Shaco.
First blood.
There he is. Talon Flash, that's 730. I need to really like watch for flashes more, especially with Mage's bottom. I can roam a lot more. Like this lane's really not going to be able to threaten Victor at a certain point. He's just going to wave clear. I think Mages just wave clear too easily, but I don't know how you fix that unless you fix their first item. Like, you'd have to nerf mid-mages to do that, though. But then it's like, okay, would people just play Assassin's bottom then? Or would they just play tank? Or just something else? And I guess you could buff ADs also. Make the AD items better, like, early. Shaker's here too, I just noticed that. God.
An ally has been slain.
Fine.
I'm sure he doesn't get up in there.
Safety is boring, Miku. Let's start a fight.
Sorry, Try to get him to waste his time. So he doesn't take the Grom.
I love evil. Evil loves
Pay no
me.
attention to the chat.
Dance in the dark.
Oh, that push. That push. Oh. Okay, now we don't want to let it push. We don't get it initially back.
Life is waiting to give up the rules.
I know, I'm trying, man.
An ally has been slain.
Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness.
Shaco shows back up. In the side.
But it is less complicated.
He's probably coming down here. Oh, he's doing AP Shaco. Okay. That's interesting. Let it. Okay.
An ally has been
Stare in the
slain.
mirror. It's daily affirmation.
Is she gonna throw a Q in this push? Annoying.
Whew! Darkness is the new hotness.
I guess that was an alright move by the Poppy. To deny us all that. Is she gonna. She's 6. If she gets a Q and then ults me, it's gonna be bad.
I dance to the beat.
They really want to die with me, probably. I'm pretty sure they saw.
Immaculate.
Yeah. I thought he was going to be close enough to get the thing. Are we doing it? Warwick?
Used
Hello?
to be a square.
Oh, he's not 6.
I
Okay.
embrace the darkness. Woohoo!
Alright. Really? Wow. That was nice by that Zera.
Enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Alright.
Most good guys are just kidding themselves.
You have slain an enemy.
I was going to try to get it, but he could have just hopped away.
Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness. Prince of Evil, the Emperor of Hotness.
Okay, I guess I just come down here. Let me get the chat. There we go. What's up, Butter? Yeah,
Doing
he
the
always
right
max
thing
W.
is
Shut
boring.
down.
I'm way more fun now.
It's just a huge deal. It lowers the cooldown a ton. It's your CC. It's your damage. I mean, the shield is like, there have been some metas, rarely in the past, where like you were getting a lot of plus healing and shielding items before the
That's what I
nerfs,
want. No star.
and it's like maybe, you know, you could get shield there, but even when that was kind of at its strongest, even when that was at its strongest,
I don't apologize for doing my thing.
you were still doing W most of the time. And then of course, like, really long time ago, some people would get like 3 points of Q in lane, which I was still a little reluctant about that, but if if you wanted a little more lane pressure when the cooldown was much lower, you
World
could
gonna
do that.
burn. Freezing by fire. Evil never looked so hot.
Enemy has been slain.
Oh my god, he died?
Ally has
Wow.
been slain.
Well, that wasn't the hero.
Runs fast.
Enemy has been slain.
Safe is for nerds.
I wasn't sure
I
if Victor
did.
had touched him or not. Did he flash for that? He flashed, didn't he? It's gonna be bad. I'm not gonna be able to push this in all the way though. Warwick should have helped me push this out.
Living the dream. The dream of darkness. Gonna go stand in the middle.
It's like some things might help you marginally in lane, like yes, the E. The only other question is, do you max E first or W? But I think still, for once you get out of lane, you really want the W.
Population Rakan.
Maybe if it's like a hard, I don't think this is a hard safe lane. Because if you're worried about her little bullshit, where she does the circle thing, her W, that's gonna affect
Chaos.
your shield too. That's gonna affect your E too. So I mean, it just kind of does everything in your kit. Oh, what? I think he hit the... Did he ult the Shaco who was invisible? Oh my god.
Has been slain.
Is that slow? What even was that slow? Is that a Shaco fear? Maybe the Poppy Q? I don't know, it was weird.
Thanks, Riku. Real cool.
But yeah, I mean, Poppy's circle is just going to be annoying no matter what. So the only other thing, I guess you could try to max your Q just so you're not, like, playing into her circle, but then you're just kind of gimping your whole kit just for one ability that shows up for 2 seconds every 20,
This
you
place will
know?
look different when we're in charge, Riku. More dark matter? Dark matter.
So I think you just...
As far as the eye can see.
You can play around it to some extent, or you just have to wait. You just have to be patient.
An ally has been slain.
You get a bunch of jumps, too. God.
Shut down.
So, like, I still got a little bit of a jump there, even though I got knocked down slightly. Man, they are just sitting on this lane. Huh? I mean, I guess Dragon is up.
I only believe in myself. Ooh, and some.
They're gonna be on it. I don't like to play the Rune King, or, yeah, on Warwick. I mean, it's alright, I guess. It's better than some of the other nonsense I've seen, but I feel like
I am bad because I'm
something like Stridebreaker is just gonna be better.
bad.
Okay, they get a Ryan jump.
An enemy has been slain.
Place the crazy. Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break.
We're behind, you know, on CS in this lane. I mean, some mages don't farm super well early. Victor's one of those. That's why it's like, you know, Victor takes a little bit of scaling. but he's starting to get in it.
Fight coming.
An ally has been slain.
So, it's come to this. Really?
Perfection doesn't exist. Tip of my hair.
They could potentially also buff
Your turret
tanks.
has been destroyed.
I don't know. It just depends on if they think mages are a big enough problem bottom where you really have to do stuff. Talon has roamed so much. How did mid get so low?
Self-control is the starter.
How is he outway clearing Zerat while he's also roaming?
Safety? Boring. Let's start the fight.
They have ults. Dude, Renekton's kind of coming. Oh my god, really? Okay, fine.
Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness. Prince of Evil, the Emperor of Hotness.
That's crazy, I got both of them there. I don't know what we get next. Get something with Temple
Shut
Gem.
down.
Nice. Maybe Locket. I mean, Locket is so good.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Rules.
It's so telegraphed when he's going to do all of his damage. Oh my god.
An ally has been slain.
He fucking
But it
proto
is less
belted it.
complicated.
I mean, what do you want? You gotta put down your gravity field or do something. I mean, I can't do anything. I guess I could just hold it and wait to see if he proto belts first. But he's just gonna like proto belt chomp, you know? I don't know. Maybe I could have played it better, but
Darkness is the new hotness.
fuck is it? Oh my god, are you shitting me? Really dumb. Sarah's hitting some stuff there,
Your turret has been
occasionally.
destroyed. An ally has been slain.
I don't know when Victor really comes online. As far as like how many stacks he needs and stuff.
Used to
I
be a
think we can
square.
check that.
Then I bring the darkness. Woohoo!
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Most good guys are just kidding themselves.
Fuck. I thought I waited long enough for it.
Ally has been slain.
I would have preferred you in
Darkness? Doing the right thing was boring. I'm waiting for it now.
Got burn out? Nope. Nice. Okay.
Has been slain.
What's up here, Nizak? Cho, I mean, he picked an item that was very fancy for that specific situation. Like, it is good. You get to jump forward and chomp, but
I do what I want. No Star Guardian.
I think we'll eventually be able to take him down. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty good against mages. He's getting another health item instead of a MR item, though, so that's good.
Doing my thing.
I mean, I guess we don't have that much percentage health. Is Blackfire percentage health? Oh, we don't even have Blackfire. That's actually pretty good. Shadow Flame against health stacking. It's once they're below, it's kind of like sort of percentage health. Once they get below a certain point, you deal a lot of extra damage.
An ally has been slain.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
I can survive Talon.
The universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along. Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break. Dancing between the rules.
Poppy's got, like, I don't know, a really greedy defensive item.
I only do my stuff. And Saya.
Victor used to have augments. I'm not sure his hex core. I just can't visually tell just by tabbing how strong he is.
I am bad because I'm
Sort of
free,
annoying.
and I am free because I'm bad.
Shielding.
Do anything here, or
Wow, your plan really failed, huh?
forgot about that knockback. Talon.
Woo! Being bad just feels so good.
Oh, Shaco's creeping. Yeah, here comes Talon.
An enemy is unstoppable.
It's pretty obvious that was.
An ally has been slain.
Can he run this way? What the fuck is he going?
Kill.
Man. It's gonna be rough. I mean, I was going up to ward it. Like, it was very obvious they were all gonna be there. He doesn't have Warmonks, does he? He does not have Warmonks.
Perfection doesn't exist, except for him.
Pay no attention to the
Self-control is for star nerds. I choose fun. Don't forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness, Prince of Evil.
Lock it, and then bow, I guess. Who are we putting it on? Victor?
How do the Star Guardians see
Enemy
anything?
killing spree.
Those are so darn.
Shut down.
whispers of star fields, the secrets of the galaxies, the wind of the sun. Ooh, and it swishes. Swish, swish.
Are they just gonna get mid? Are they gonna do Baron? There's too many people bottom.
An enemy has been slain.
I don't know if I can, like... Well, Shaco's down there too. Alright. Push this up.
This dance floor has one too many fools.
Where's everybody? Talon.
Safety is boring, Riku. Let's start a fight.
Talon's coming down there.
An ally has been slain. Enemy
He's
double
way,
kill.
way overstayed. I think there's 5 bots.
Love evil, and evil loves me.
Enemy triple kill.
Life is way more fun when you give up the rules.
I mean, they were pressuring the tier 2. I could have come back down, but then Talon would have just gotten the tier 2.
Life sucks without Zaya, but it is less complicated.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Whew! Darkness is the new hotness.
Holy shit, where the fuck did that idiot come from? Oh my god, he's dead though, right? Okay. He like ulted and ran up and dove me at the tier 2? I didn't even see it. I just assumed he wouldn't come that far, but he did. Please, we need one of these.
Has
Okay.
been slain.
Yeah, they got the bear now.
Woo! I am alive.
An ally has been slain.
I dance
An
to the beat.
ally has been slain.
Okay, Warwick is getting kind of tanky stuff now. Who's fed? Kind of everyone on their team. I mean, there's no point in typing all that out.
Used to be a square.
I mean, at least they didn't say anything back. Like, hey,
Darkness.
give him the tower. He's gonna get this. Probably right here.
Turret has been destroyed.
Most good guys are just kidding themselves. Doing the right thing is boring. I'm waiting for it now.
Can Warwick see him if he goes invisible? With his, I don't think he can.
I'm like a comet. I do what I want.
He's just gonna kill this Arat if I move away. Maybe. There's Master.
When Zaya and I were abandoned
Your
on the desert,
inhibitor has been destroyed.
I don't
An
know.
enemy has been slain.
We're
Spiky
kinda
space
get-
squids are the worst.
Double kill.
They don't have a TP. Cho has a TP, I guess. Shaco is still...
I don't apologize. Doing my thing.
Didn't get the fear on him. Whatever. God damn, how much was that chomp? Fuck. Thought I was gonna be able to E back. Should have flashed faster, I guess. That's bad.
Has been slain.
Okay, just reset.
Ally has been slain.
Cho can chomp it. I should have flashed. Could I have flashed the knockup, or was I chain feared into the knockup?
Man, still evil. But you
Well,
can't wear
it
like
might be on cooldown. It's a very low cooldown. Shut the hell up, dude. I did get caught. But it's like, man, I've died 3 times. You've died 12. Relax on the spam picking.
World's gonna burn.
We can definitely still win.
Blazing by.
I mean, I saw the Shaco. I should have just run. I thought I could knock him up and then maybe Shaco or Warwick ult him or something. Or just like we were able to do something. If I knock him up with my W and then E out, but then he backstepped. How
Safe
he...
is for
I mean, that was like a crazy
Add you
backstep.
danger.
And then I definitely should just flash the Cho Q. Especially, I mean, he's got Proto Belt, they've got Cloud Soul. He's definitely going to get on me, and I definitely know that the Chomp is going to hurt.
Brings out my bats. Just kidding. All my sides are equal.
If I get Baron plus that, it's going to be a problem. I mean, it's so late in the game, though. If we just get an ace... Oh, I was silenced?
Living the dream.
I thought I was trying to spam something. I don't know. I could have just not done it, though. There's definitely a way, a set of actions there where I don't die after I see the Shaco. I think I could have just aborted. Just W back out.
Universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along.
We have to give this.
Dancing
Surely
in the
Victor
room.
and Terra can wait for this. Can we not?
Your turret has been destroyed. Enemy double kill.
Just, I don't even know what's happening. It's chain CC for a billion years. Okay, maybe. That just feels so worthless. Like, he has made some shots with his ult, but like,
Has been destroyed.
could I have done that better? I don't even know what happened, honestly. I think I got like
Enemy has been slain.
chain knocked up, Poppy, Cho knocked up, silence.
Your turret has been destroyed. Double kill.
I think I have to go try to save the Victor when he gets jumped on. But then instead of instead of trying to get the W off me, I'm supposed to run out of there or just run through people so that I don't get knocked up. Maybe. Just run through people and then go for the W. Because I think I tried a W and maybe I got Poppy pinned first. I don't really know. Okay. Yeah, so I got Tim trying to go in to save him. I don't know. It's kind of a bleak situation. They have a decent amount of CC if everybody's all stacked up. And it just felt like Renekton was we just were very low damage. Is the Fury worth a ban? Which assassins are worth, or Locke? Are they still worth it? Don't do Fiora, please. Why did someone say it? Just fucking horn, man. If we're trying to win. Less. About to say, I'm not sure about the exhaust on Caitlyn, but barrier's a little bit better. So Caitlyn's probably off-rolled, or maybe they were off-rolled last game. Shaco hopefully is a one-trick. I feel like last game, we could have won. I mean, me not rotating down, that was a big play when they got like 3 or 4 kills bottom and I wasn't there. I mean, it is goofy for me to hold mid, but like, they could have gotten the tier 1 tower. I think Talon probably would have just kept pushing and got the tier 1 tower if we sent 5 bottom. I mean, maybe that's a better outcome then. Maybe if I show up and we get 2 kills, that tower was low anyways, and we just give up that tower. But I like roll up and we get a couple of kills and we get a tier 1 bottom. Maybe given our game state and kind of where they were, everybody was bot, so just fuck it, just do it. Maybe that's the play. I was thinking someone's got to catch that wave. And then I kind of got stuck there. I think it was someone else that was pushing first. I think it was the Caitlyn. And then I thought the play was going to be dead bottom. Like, they got 1 or 2 kills, and then they had 1 or 2 people that were defending their tower down there. And I was like, okay, the play's dead though, so I'm just going to try to catch this play. Or like, catch this wave so Talon doesn't get a free tower on top of the play being dead bottom.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I didn't think they were going to YOLO when the tower is still there. Like, that they were going to try to dive that in like a 2-on-4 situation.
Minions have spawned.
I don't know. Oh, it's the Shaco cake from last time? Okay. Well, she's doing PTA this time. They played pretty well. There's 2 sides to every coin. I think we didn't play that well. But they also... It wasn't any, like, mind-bending plays, but it was, like, pretty good.
Used to be a square. Then, I embraced the darkness. Woohoo!
The Caitlyn was up a lot of CS in lane with a Poppy support.
Still going on. Oh, there it is.
You look better just a little bit dead.
They always go. I just gotta ward that bush. Like 90% of the time they're in that bush. They give up Prio though to do that.
I do what I want.
Kaisa can
No
play
star
through it pretty well early
same.
though. I thought Kaisa was decent, but like Sneaky and Meteos were saying that she's awful, I think, right now. And that she's like not great because the items, like her break points are not good right now. Because they've like nerfed a little bit of like AD off of most of her like Kraken and stuff like that, where she doesn't transform her Q as fast. And that they nerfed her W a lot.
Brilliant.
I don't know, I've seen a Kaisa do well before, but it doesn't seem like super scary right now.
Bad feels so good.
Is Aerie just like unplayable now after the nerfs and the buff to Comet?
Never falter.
Like I know Karma has Comet, which like, usually Aerie has been a lot better historically. I feel like.
Helping it along.
Damn it, I forgot to do a special Pokemon Go trade. I just remembered. Either my wife or daughter. The game is kind of fun. There's a lot of little like upkeep
Doing
things
the
you
right
gotta.
thing was
That's kind of the
boring.
whole point.
I'm waking up right now.
It's one of like our few shared. Well, I mean we do have some shared hobbies, but it's just like a quick little thing. Especially it's like the only real video game my wife will play,
Dancing between the rules.
other than little party games. Which do you guys know anymore? I've kind of had the last game end. We got kind of run over. I'm really surprised she got out of that fear that fast. Thought surely I'd have time to W. I think I was rooted by the Karma, which slowed me up a little bit. Let me get all of my second wind. Then I'll potion. Okay.
Life is way more fun when you give up the rules.
Kind of tempting to stay low and just get poked a little bit just to get more value out of second wind, but it's pretty greedy. Guess they don't really have any all-in threat unless the jungler shows up, which Shyvana's not going to show up. Pretty safe, probably.
Most good guys are just kidding themselves.
Do you guys know any good party games? I keep looking them up, like just fun for like non-gamer type people that my wife or some of our friends could play, like people in their 30s, 40s.
But it
We've
is
been
what
doing
it's called.
Jackbox, has been really fun. We've got, and then my daughter can play too. We've got like Jackbox is cool, Just Dance. We've got like 4 of the Jackboxes. Just Dance, Mario Party, kind of cool. Although Jamboree is fun, got kind of the newer one, but it takes a while. I think you can. There's like a faster mode, but I'd have to look up and see about that. Those have been kind of my go-tos. I tried Boomerang Foo, which I think is, the kids really like that for a while there. Monopoly. Yeah, it takes a while. And we do board games or card games too. Do like, I think there's like Text with Your Ex. They're all like Cards of Humanity stuff. Like Text with Your Ex or Text from Your Ex. We like one that's, what is it, Slide in the DMs. Like you're getting a DM from a random dude, a random girl who says stuff, and you try to come up with what's the funniest response, those types of things. People vote on the best response. Those are pretty fun. There's one that's like Overcooked, which is kind of hit or miss. It was like $3 a couple of Christmases ago, where you're working together in like this mission. Okay, sure. Yeah. That's like 11:21. Flash. Fine.
World's gonna burn.
First blood.
Darkness is the new hot.
I guess I'm just staying. Trying to hit some Qs.
Safety is boringly goofy.
I think I've got good vision. Gonna play some League Classic? Maybe. I just really think that's not that great for supports, but maybe I have to look at it. Compared to modern day, I could see how it could be more fun, especially for like ADCs, since ADCs aren't like super strong right now. So I could see how some roles would like it, but it just feels like you're so much lower econ on support, like you just don't ever get to buy anything.
I dance
Which,
to the beat.
you know, usually you don't get to buy much anyways, but you get, I'd say most games, they get like 2.5 items, not including your ward item. You get to make some choices. This feels like just not even getting to do any, like, buy any items. It's like a major part of the game. I mean, I didn't mind it as much back in the day with Philosopher's Stone and Heart of Gold and all that, but now that I'm able to actually get items. Also, there's just not as much diversity, I think, of good stuff. I say as I play Rakan every game, but... You do have Blitz and Alistar, I guess. Leona's there. They let Leona in as engage. So, I might play a little bit and I could try out Leona. I mean, Janna and Sona are a lot stronger, so I think Enchanters are stronger. I don't think they have the super broken Ardent Sensor on that, but...
Used to be a square. Then I embraced the dark.
We are out farming them pretty hard here.
Boom. Headshot.
I just have way too much gold, but I just haven't had a chance to back. I caught that wave for Caitlyn, which was pretty nice. Probably saved her a cannon and maybe a couple of normal minions. I got the XP off that.
I do what I want.
It's warded, right? It's warded. I can't get it fast enough. And they're pushed in. Okay, she got out, I think. No, they have the ward. She's gonna stop me. I'm too low at health.
Be bad.
An ally has been slain.
University.
An enemy has been slain.
I'm just helping it along. Doing the right thing was boring. I'm way more fun now.
she do early?
Dancing between the rules. Sometimes we agents of
There's no Rakan, so Brock doesn't want to play it. I mean, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't part of it. I'll check it out though. You've got Leona. Is it true you really have to like farm to get the runes and mastery points though? I think I saw that, like farm to get these points. I am definitely not doing that if that's the case. I did all that once before for like 200,000 blue dust.
self-control is for
But I do not want to start that journey over again.
Never comes.
Gotcha.
An enemy has been slain.
I've been waiting. Rules. I move like a comet. Most good guys are just kidding themselves. Life sucks without Zaya.
Well, they got out. They're losing a lot of CS. That was actually really well played and patient by them. I could have W'd in too, to try, but I didn't want to KS it.
Prince of Evil.
Yeah, I mean, Soraka, that's one of those things I could see that being fun. Because, like, her kit was really reworked. Just the spam. The mode's too casual for me. I mean, that's the thing, too. I do like ranking. I'm not, like, super hardcore in the
I
rank,
don't
but...
apologize for doing my thing.
You know, if I'm starting off with, like, no runes, and they don't give them to you, I don't mind the old rune and the mastery pages. I think that would be kind of fun, potentially. I remember it being interesting. It's probably less cool than I thought it was compared to stuff now, but...
An evil love.
if I just got to play with those, okay. But I don't want to have to, like, get them all again. Unless it's, like, extremely cheap.
As expected.
Like, you play 5 games, you get all the runes. I doubt it's like that, but...
Begin. Never comes.
Enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
Damn. I feel like we're playing pretty well. We're not even that far ahead. It's crazy.
Boom. Headshot.
Rampage.
Wow, got him.
Has destroyed a turret.
Shit.
Shut
Just tell me
down.
she doesn't have another jump. Okay.
I'm gonna go stare in the mirror. It's daily affirmation.
Shiv. Yeah, I don't know what she was smoking.
spree.
Sometimes we legions of darkness need a break.
Good getting here. He's getting Shirelias, run him down. I think that's good with Shaco. I mean, Locket's very good too. I'm just gonna go with Shaco. Run around with Shaco in a little bit.
It's not that I completely lost my sense of hope. It's that the light inside me died over time, leaving a dark, very good-looking soul.
Hey, that orange hanging in there. He's only died twice. He got tower. Pretty good for autofill. We got 3 dragons. Wow, I just realized
World's
that too.
gonna burn.
An ally has been slain.
Hello, not very.
Whew! Darkness is the new hotness. Safety is boring, Riku. Let's start a fight. Perfection doesn't exist, except for my hair. Ooh, and Zaya.
Can you get her?
I dance to the beat. The beat of darkness.
Try to get. Can we get this?
Living the dream. The dream of darkness.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Shaco's bottom. I don't know about this. He's dropping a whole wave top.
Safe is for nerds. I do.
We'll suck if Sean just rolls up, takes this. Okay.
I am bad because I'm free, and I am free because I'm bad.
Really?
And I embrace darkness. Woohoo! Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness. Hotness.
Oh, we got 18 viewers. What's up, guys?
I do what I want. No Stargate can say the
Dang.
same.
Balling out tonight.
Taking aim.
Be a bad
Hey. I hope so. That would be cool. Still not 100% sure of my employment situation for the fall, so a couple extra quarters would be helpful. Wow, when the hell did they have that worded?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Holy outplay.
An enemy has been slain.
Man.
Boom. Headshot.
It's daily application.
Let's get Locket next, I guess.
Woo! I am so far
Here to
past
see some
redemption,
ass shaking.
I am in the fun zone.
Hey, man.
Population Rakan.
We get to 50 tonight, I'll twerk it in the camera for you. How about that? Call all your friends. Post it up on Grindr. Man, she's going hard on that.
Star nerds. I choose fun.
Looks like that shit hurts. Is it the Cyclo Sword? That's a weird build. It's the Luden Cyclo Sword.
I've been way more fun if you give up the rules. They're just kidding themselves.
Okay. The Cyclo Sword it triggers on abilities too, right?
But it is less complicated.
So she's got Cyclo, Static, and Luden.
I don't apologize for doing my thing.
Liquid Farming. Oh yeah. That was a thing very briefly, right? But I don't know. I still feel like Moonstone is overpowered. I know they nerfed the healing power scaling on it,
Evil love.
but even without the healing power, you just get that plus whatever. Moonstone Shurelias, Moonstone Locket.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
To secure.
I mean, dude's got form, right? He's just gonna run. Not worth it. Let's just skip this. Okay. Maybe not.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Can we just get, like, towers instead of chasing people around? Okay, I'm going right here with my Baron.
Your nerdiness brings out my eyes. gonna burn. I'm blazing by fire. Whew! Darkness is the new hotness.
Really? Next optic is what we rolled up to Zodiac?
Let the fire.
Safety. Orange. Let's start a fight.
She just trolling her.
Taking aim.
Almost. Still got some Baron left. We got one wave. I don't have any wards. I've been out like on the field a lot. Okay, maybe that wasn't work. I feel like we're about to reset anyway. So, oh, okay, we got him.
Has destroyed the turret. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Living the dream.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break.
Alright.
Ooh, Riku. Let's destroy everything they hold dear, and then laugh
Used
in
to
their
commit
faces.
to an AP build, I guess. I don't know what. I mean, like, I don't know. Her ult's alright. Like, you have an ult up a lot, I guess, with that. It's like it doesn't. You should be doing
Safest for
the
nerds.
shield ult though. A lot of times you're not getting any like shred off that. I'll make block at my G. It seems really good. Like our stat, we're not like completely blowing them away, but I feel like tactically everyone is doing the right thing. Like Talia's died some, but she made some good plays. I like the Shaco and the Karma definitely are good together. Or the Shaco and the Caitlyn. That duo seems pretty legit.
Used to be a square.
Not like insane, just like solid. Our macro is slipping though. We're letting them get free shit. We're not gonna end the game. Can't end. I don't think we can just
I
end.
do what I want. No,
It's so dumb. We're giving them a shitload of shutdown. I spoke too soon. No. Just stop. We can't end. It's so hard to end with just one without Baron. No, it can't end. 2 towers up, 1 inhibitor is like, you're not ending. And we should just go get Baron. We gave him, what, 3 towers shutdown?
Living it along.
Hey, I mean, I guess we're gonna do something. We get that. Get this. Do something. Like, we're just A-ramming them.
Doing the right thing. Boring. I'm way more fun now.
We can still lose. And it's not likely, but 2 inhibitors down, we might be multiple of them dead. So it's just gonna end. We do have the dragon too. Alright. Well, it got a little iffy for a couple of seconds there.
Shut down. A summoner has disconnected.
You're solid when I'm around? I see. Well, I probably shouldn't, but I'll do one more because they have so many people in here tonight. Yeah, I mean, everybody did pretty well, but I'll give it to that duo. Let's see if we get E3 here. What's up, everybody? New and old returners. That would be really cool if we got back to our old numbers. I thought it was impossible, but maybe if I just keep streaming every night. Anyone that's new or hasn't been here in a while, we're well past our glory years. In League streaming, I think we're just hitting our peak in actual life. But man, am I sweating that much? That game had me sweating. I just saw my the video at the sweaty armpits when I put my hands up there. But we used to get like, I think it was between 150 and 200. Now that was back in like 2017, and then like just before COVID, like 2019 to 2020. Pre-COVID, we were just, the algorithm, something about it, we were just popping off. It was like 300 for a while, and then for like 6 months, it was like 500 plus. We got to like over 3,000 one night, I think was our record. I think we had maybe 5 or 6 nights where we were over 1,000. It's just something about... Yeah, is that what you want, Butter? You want to see those sweaty armpits? It used to be like once you cross the threshold of like whatever that number was, 250 or 300, it started pushing. That's my theory. It wasn't just like you got 1 or 2 extra people. It was like 100 extra. Which was cool. So my theory is, we called them Sleep Nations. A bunch of people would get like moved over here. And there were some people that were like, I fell asleep and woke up and your stream is on. What is this? So I think they were watching other League content, and then you would fall asleep, and if you had autoplay on, they would autoplay you over. They were trying to push live content, I think, a lot more back then, because it was kind of new, the streaming. And so I think if they were watching, and the fact that I was like so late at night, when I got to like 250 or 300, I was one of the larger League streamers, I think. I mean, not like largest, but probably like a top, I don't know, 50 at least for that time of night in the USA, because everybody's asleep. That was my theory. It was either that or somebody that I didn't know was like buying view bots for me or something. I don't know. But it was just like there, and then it just disappeared. So I feel like it was like an algorithm thing that they were testing out, and then they decided to go back to just sending people to, other content with a lot of views or subscribers or whatever they do to figure that out instead of the live content. Because obviously, my content is not as big as, pre-recorded stuff. I didn't watch the channels, but so big name channels. But for live at 2 a.m. back in the day, it was all right. Man, Rakan Deluxe is rough, but we'll just do it.
Let's dance.
I definitely want to. I mean, I want the health against her, but I feel like the tenacity is a very big deal too. But they got a lot of CC. Fresh. Lux or Vel'Koz bottom? It could be Yone. The fuck bans you me? Someone who doesn't want someone on their own team to play it. I would guess. Maybe they had a Yumi on their team last time that just like turbo fed or something. I think this is fine. I kind of want the health against Talon and Lux, but I'm gonna do the health because Thresh has to be bottom. If it's Thresh Lux, I mean I'm getting Mercury Treads either way. It is Thresh Lux, but I don't know. I don't know what the correct move is there. I feel like Thresh is a threat, like, and so is Lux early game. So that 60 health is a big deal.
Riku, how can you be tired already?
And I'm not, I don't know, I'm not going to be able to get Mercs until like 12 minutes or something though. After my boots come in and I get enough money. At least they have two pretty heavy magic damage dealers. It just always feels bad if they have like a lot of CC but not a lot of magic damage. And you're getting Mercs.
Sucks with it.
Minions have spawned.
Or vice versa, like decent magic damage but no CC. Yeah, anyone else want to do any shout-outs or anything too? I'll try to keep up. Did someone drop a fat donation? No, they didn't. If anyone feels like it. But I'm just happy we have over 20 people again. That's pretty cool.
Boring.
Very long time. We've been like 5 to 10, you know? But also, I wasn't able to stream very much last semester. It was like the craziest class I've ever taught. It was really fun. It was up there. It was one of my favorite classes I've ever taught, but I had to do a lot of research for it. It just took a lot of time. So I was assigning things that I hadn't ever actually read before. So I had to read it with my students. Like I'd heard of it, or it had like been a while in grad school, but I had to like not only read the material itself, but also, you know, read like at least very basic scholarship about the book, about the time period,
Most good guys
the author.
just kidding themselves.
So I taught Brit Lit from about 650 to 1800. It was a journey. It was pretty cool. My specialty in grad school was Victorian Lit. So that's what I did most of my stuff in. So like 1800s, Charles Dickens type stuff. Type shit, as the kids would say.
An enemy has been slain.
Gotta have me that dick, you know? This sounds terrible. Hey, thanks to Shane. That's awesome, man. Love me the Dickens. Nah, Dickens is cool. I did like Charles Dickens, but George Eliot was really my main girl. My home girl. Yeah, I don't have a charge for that. You gotta hit it, Swain. Okay, nice. That was a pretty good rip by him. Man, that makes me want to go back. I've thought about going back to grad school. I'd have to go probably for creative writing, but I'm like old as hell, but...
Good in cards.
Ooh.
Forget my name, just call the Lord of Darkness.
What do I even get here? I want the health, but I can't afford it. I guess we'll just do it that way.
It's not that I completely
Pretty
lost
weak
my sense
buy.
of hope. It's like the
He's
light
gonna
side.
die. I mean, I told him I can't get over there. I'm basically dead. I announced it, I pinged it, I typed it. That's just all I can do. Yeah, yeah, nice. So, it's kind of a long story. I think I've explained it, but I think a life lesson, and a lot of people probably know it, but especially if you're younger, you may not appreciate this yet. Who you work with matters a lot. Like your boss, and just the culture of the company you're working for. So my journey was basically, I did my undergrad, and it was in fiction writing, so English, philosophy, and religious studies. I had a triple major. But no really obvious career paths with that. And then I was trying to be a writer for a few years, and I just wasn't good enough. I really just wasn't writing enough, honestly. I don't know. I just... one of those guys who kind of got by undergrad with like very basic talent, but I just was not good at leveling up, really. I just wasn't reading enough stuff. I just wasn't putting in the time. Big fish in a small pond kind of thing. Like, I won the undergraduate fiction writing thing, and I thought, oh, I'm a good writer. I was not a good writer. I won an undergraduate contest for it, but it wasn't that great. Okay, well, I guess I'll play another one then, because that was really fast. I'm having fun hanging out with you guys. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. I was working in a restaurant, and eventually went back to grad school for literature. And I wasn't, because I just couldn't cut it as a writer, so I was like, you know, I don't do literature. And I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. Had a great professor that taught Victorian literature, so I was like, hey, I'll do Victorian literature. This is cool. Finished that, did my thesis in that, got something published in that, which was a big deal as a master's student. It's very hard to get published. So again, I thought I was, you know, big fish in a relatively small pond. And I had such a great time there. I was like, okay. And then the place that I ended up going for PhD, I wanted to go back to the same place. And the guy who was in charge there at the time, who was my homie, he was one of my favorite professors, told me you can't get all 3 degrees from the same place. And then my thesis director, so like my immediate boss, said, yeah, you can. And she was like, I wasn't here when you were an undergrad. And, you know, I'm kind of a big deal. You know, she didn't say it exactly like that, but she was. She was the #1 George Eliot scholar in the world, who was the author I did my thesis on, and that was my homegirl I just mentioned. This is the woman. Like, she wrote the Cambridge Companion of George Eliot. She's got all these, like, academic books on George Eliot. And she's the one that convinced me to do the Victorian literature, and I got along great with her. She was awesome. You know, she was tough but respectful and helpful. Like, she wouldn't let you get away with bullshit. She'd say, you know, you got to rewrite some of this. It's not great. But she would, like, cheer you on and give you ideas. I think you could do more about this or change what you're doing here. Like, it was a very good kind of productivity to help you get better. But anyways, I couldn't convince the main guy to let me back in there. I figured out years later, getting all 3 degrees from the same place really doesn't matter as much as it used to. Like 5 years ago, the big boss, when I went back to my master's university to teach, he said, I got all 3 of my degrees from the same place in Florida. He's like, it doesn't matter. I was like, okay. So that would have changed a lot. If I could have stayed in the same place, it would have been great. But as it stood, I thought that I couldn't stay, and ended up going to Ohio for grad school, and it was just a whole different beast. Like, it wasn't horrible. I kind of got along with the department, but I just really didn't fit in there. When I was scouting it, they had like a little meet and greet thing with the professors and other grad students. It was very nice. It was great. The person I was going to work with, who was going to be my boss, seemed very friendly and helpful and on board with the research I wanted to do. And it just seemed really cool. And they were marketing it as you could finish in 4 years. Most PhDs in English are 6, usually. You can do it in 5 if you're really busting and you have like the perfect committee and the perfect research. But most of the time it's like 6. And so I was like, okay, this sounds great. So I go there, and then it's a whole different vibe in that department. People are like friendly-ish, but it's not the same. And the kind of research I wanted to do didn't really fit in. I was looking at the influence specifically of Buddhism on British authors. Not necessarily that they were Buddhists, but that they were interested in these kind of Eastern ideas. And it wasn't the same kind of Buddhism that was practiced, you know, in Sri Lanka and Thailand and stuff.
Sure
But
this is a good
it was
idea?
sort of a westernized version of that. But people thought it was cool. There's a lot of people that wrote about it. The thing that was really fascinating to a lot of people at the times, this is about when theories of evolution were coming out too, is they thought it was like a religion without a god or without a deity. So it was like this moral code, this like interesting spiritual thing.
Doing my
Again, of course, on the ground, people worshipped different gods, and they had a blend of things. But anyways, so it was like this cool research. There were a few academic books out there. There were people doing research on it.
What the hell?
It was kind of, I think, unique and interesting, but a lot of it was very sort of cultural, political, you know, at the time based. But then
gonna be an easy fight.
a lot of that department really focused on like gender studies and sexuality, which is like, it's cool. I had some classes on that, but it was like every single class was that. And if you weren't like doing that, and again, I don't necessarily have a problem with it personally. Like, it's cool, it's interesting research, but that's not what I wanted to do my main research on. You know, I wanted to do something else. And so I wasn't opposed to it, it just wasn't what I wanted to spend all my time doing. But that kind of, I don't know, created a weird vibe, and then people like thought that all people who were involved in anything colonial were like bad, evil people.
Yes.
And a lot of these kind of like writers and thinkers I was looking at were part of the colonial infrastructure of Britain. It's like, yes, the colonialism, by and large, with a capital C, is bad, right? Like oppressing people.
An enemy has been slain.
Time to say farewell to those pitiful star losers.
I don't have anything, brother. Watch out. Yeah,
Sure.
but there are individuals in there who didn't like the colonial stuff. It's just like there are people in some other cultures, not to say anything, might be some contemporary parallels who are part of, you know, certain
Yesterday, less than tomorrow.
political systems or whatever that they don't always agree with. You know, every country's like that to some extent. But anyway, so a lot of people, I think, again, people weren't super explicit about this, but I think they thought I was like a colonialist, right? Like this white guy talking about colonialism. So I just like didn't fit into the culture that
My
much.
cloak is woven
Ironically,
from the whispers of star
You know,
fields.
this grad student who was from Sri Lanka, who was Buddhist. He was from the area I was doing research on talking about.
Swish, swish.
He was another grad student. He was like 27. He was like my homie. He thought it was great. He's like, I think it's awesome that you're researching and trying to tell a history of Sri Lanka and colonialism and Buddhism and stuff like that. So the actual guy who was on the island that is that culture liked it. But the white women that were in the department, one in particular, did not like it and thought it was, you know, problematic. But anyways, so I just didn't fit in that well, and that's why I was, you know, a long rambly way of saying just think carefully when you're picking a new job or you're thinking about going to school or you're picking a new career,
Something?
who it is you're going to be working with,
An ally
and
has
make sure
been
they're on
slain.
board with whatever it is you're doing. Whether it's how you like to work,
An enemy has been
whether
slain.
it's what you research, what you write about. Because it was just night and day. Like, what I wrote about was unusual, right? Like, not a lot of people had read that research. But at the big university where I got my master's originally, you know, my director, that really cool woman, the George Eliot scholar, was like, she's like, honestly, I don't know a lot about that research. But if you can explain to me why you think it's relevant, why other scholars in the field would be interested in it, she's like, I'm all ears. Just prove it. I'm like, okay. So, you know, she was open-minded about it. I just had to do a little bit extra work to prove it, which is fine. But then at this other university, they're just like, no, you cannot do that research. You have to read and write about stuff that we've read, that we already know, that we're familiar with. So, aside from just the subject matter, it was just the way they really wanted to do their research and manage their program. It was very different. But anyways, after doing that for a while, for like 6 years or so, they eventually just out of nowhere cut my teaching. They didn't tell me this, but they're like, yeah, we usually give people about 6 years or so, and we cut them. They cut you off of healthcare after 4 years, which again, it takes most people 6 to finish. That didn't matter for me because my wife had healthcare. But it definitely mattered to some people there who had some real health problems, and they were single. And they did not tell us they were doing that. But anyways, so then I tried to do my dissertation remotely, which is basically where you have to write a book. You write a big-ass research book about some very, very specific niche academic topic. And then I went back home, went to the big university, kind of near where I live, where I got my master's. Started teaching there as an adjunct, which is like a contractor, like a part-time contractor sort of thing. God. Fuck. I tried, brother. Didn't have the damage.
Most good guys are just kidding themselves.
But then after COVID hit, so I was only getting 2 classes per semester, and I was like, you know, still motivated to do some research and some writing, so eventually I could finish my PhD.
Darkness need a break.
But then when COVID hit, they started giving me 4 classes. Because they needed a lot more classes because everybody had to do the distancing thing, the 6 feet. And so most classes, instead of having 20 students in a class, you only had 15. Because of the distancing requirements for the first year or whatever, whenever COVID was kind of at its height. So they needed a lot more instructors. They just couldn't find enough. So they gave us all 4 classes, or at least me and several other people that were doing well. They gave us 4 classes.
I do what I want.
And so at that
No
point,
Star Guardian can say
it was creeping up on 10 years for the PhD. Hey, thanks to Shane. I can tell you more about it if you want. It was interesting research. Started giving us 4 classes, and then it was coming up on 10 years, and there's a rule at most PhD places, you have to finish within 10 years, or you basically get kicked out. You can get exceptions, if, you know, I think they were going to give me an exception, but at a certain point, I had to switch my committee out because the people that I just didn't get along with ideologically, or whatever, and I was going to have to write about something totally different, like Ezra Pound and modernism. If you don't know who Ezra Pound is, like, I mean, he's alright, but they're like, why don't you do Ezra Pound? He writes about Confucianism. I'm like, yes, it's in China. It's a completely different thing than Buddhism. It's like, I don't know. It was extremely different. And Ezra Pound was, like, by all measures, a fascist. Yeah, he was just, it was problematic. He's a good writer. He had some interesting things he did in his life, but especially near the end where he was like literally doing propaganda for Mussolini.
Enemy double kill.
But anyways, and it's like, if you guys were calling me like a colonialist and you're wanting to write about Ezra Pound. But anyways, so when I started getting 4 classes all the time, I was like, you know what, this is basically the same thing. This would be the same outcome as if I had a PhD. Technically, I don't have the guaranteed employment, but I was like, I've been working here for so long, I'm getting great evaluations, getting 4 classes, which is what I would get anyways. It's almost impossible to get a cushy, like, permanent 10-year job in academia.
You okay?
I would have to move, probably, and I didn't want to move. My wife has a great job, and we love the area, and all of our friends and family are here. So I was like, I'm not going to get anything out of this. I'm going to have to spend 1,500 hours and maybe be eligible for something that I basically already have. I shouldn't have gone back in. I should have just left. Their gear is so strong right now. We just don't do any damage. So I just pretty much gave up the PhD. Never finished it. I passed all the coursework. I passed all the exams. But then I just never did the thesis because I just didn't think it was going to matter. And then 2 years later, with kind of a lot of this just weird, different cultural changes, cultural vibes. Oh my god, he's dead. No, maybe?
An enemy has been slain.
Okay, you got one
Double
more.
kill. An ally has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
They decided they were going to make cuts. And so whoever pressured them, because I didn't have a terminal degree, they pressured everybody to go back down to 2 classes per semester. So they told us, hey, you're going to go back down to 2 classes per semester. And I was like, I mean, that sucks, but okay, I can maybe pick up some more work somewhere else. And then they were just like, you know what? We're actually just going to cut all the part-timers, basically. They cut 20 out of the 24. Even though what's Nam even building? Ludens? Okay.
Only you can, Rakan.
I gotta leave this. Even though it was the highest enrollment ever at this university, like people were flooding to Tennessee, especially from like California, New York. The price is just so much more affordable. It's getting more expensive, but compared to those places, it's like crazy cheap. The university has very good athletics teams. There's just a lot of stuff. It's pretty good employment for young people, like business, engineering. There are major science facilities around here
Ally has been
that
slain.
employ a ton of people.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
So it's a great spot. And so a lot of people have figured that out.
Has been destroyed.
So they let in record number of students. But somehow they just laid off so many of their people. And they're just like not... Just the freshmen can't get their English 101, 102s because there aren't enough teachers now. I have someone that works as like an advisor there. There's one of my friends who's telling me there's so many students that cannot get the classes. They don't offer them because they don't have enough teachers. But then I asked if I could work there again this summer, and they're like, well, we don't know about the funding. So they're like, they're not getting the funding to like fund the basic English classes that are required. You have to have them to graduate. And yet students are paying the highest tuition they've ever had to pay here, and it's also the most students they've ever had here. So I'm not sure what's going on with the money. And like the football program with the NIL and all that, they're like rolling in money. So I really don't get it. I mean, part of the way it was explained to me was a lot of students are coming in with AP credit or dual enrollment out of high school. Especially because they're getting so many applicants that like the average GPA is like a 4.1 or something now. This is a big state school. It used to be one of the like big party schools in the country. It still kind of is, probably.
An enemy is
But it was not like a heavy academic institution. I mean, they got good stuff. Like they're a good conference, but it's not Harvard, you know. But like to get in, it's crazy. So now, because they've got more elite students coming in, then all these students are testing out of English. That's the narrative they told me. Then the academic advisor is saying there's a massive shortage. Because she sees students all day, every day, who can't get the English classes. So it's like the college doesn't want to give the money to hire the English teachers. But I'm worried that eventually, if they don't get this fixed, they're just going to lose the English classes. They're going to drop it, make it not a requirement. And then the English department's really going to be screwed.
double kill.
That's what happened at the previous university I was at. They couldn't justify why the English department, why there should be an English 102. They said all of the students can learn their writing skills or research skills in their majors. So instead of a business major having to take, you know, English 102, they could take a business writing course in the business school. And it's like, I mean, I can kind of see the logic, but
Life is way more fun when you give up.
you
the
gotta have an
rules.
answer for that. If you're a department head, like, how the hell do you not have an answer for that? And so they lost all those English 102 sections, so a bunch of people got cut. That might have been why I was cut from there. But start a podcast? I probably could.
I
I
only
mean,
believe in myself
that'd be fun.
and Zaya.
A stream kind of is a podcast, especially if you get enough people in here. But no, I didn't mean to take that from her. I thought I still had charges. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if we want this heat though. God. How strong is this guy? Extremely. Yeah, I should have stat checked that first. Should have tapped that. Usually when you see a Jax as an ADC plus me, you probably don't want that. This item is OP. Get Sundered Sky, guys. Buy it. Anyone that can buy that item, buy it. I see so many like bruiser type champs that just never get that item. Especially these two combined, because you basically get a double Sheen proc. It shouldn't be allowed. But anyway. So yeah, so that's kind of where I am now. And then after the big university laid me off, did we get it? I think we got it. The thing is, they kind of, it was weird. Like, I really love that university and most people, but they kind of have dropped the ball a little bit lately. They told me when I got banished, basically, I tried to stay. They're like, we'll put you on a list. Then if we need anyone else, we'll definitely email you. I was like, okay. Then I figured out this semester, they had like 2 new people doing the part-time, and they didn't email. I'm like, I like blow the evaluations out of the water. I do like 20% better on evaluations than the average, departmental average, on like student satisfaction, whether students, like how useful students found the material, just everything. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. It's like every metric. I'm cheap, I'm expendable as a part-timer, I'm a lot cheaper than full-time faculty. I'm cool with that. I just want to teach at college. I just love teaching. Fortunately, my wife makes decent money. I mean, she'd love it if I made more money. I would too, but I mean, you can exploit me as long as I get to teach.
What's after this?
Another road? Another...
Good.
But anyway, so then I went over to this like private college last year, and then they had 2 full-time positions, and I thought I would be competitive for those, but I didn't even get interviewed. And it probably was because I didn't have the PhD. So all that is to say, they want you to have a terminal degree. Terminal means the highest thing you could possibly have in a given field. So usually that's a PhD. Which I never finished. I did everything except for that. So I'd have to go back and start over and do another 6 years or something if I wanted to get a PhD. However, in English, there is a loophole for now, and as far as I understand it, and I've asked about it several times at the big institution, an MFA, which is a Master of Fine Arts in English, which is a 2-year degree. It's a master's. But if it's, and that's basically for fiction writing or poetry, if it's one of those, it counts as a terminal degree. You would be eligible to get a full-time job with that. So instead of doing a master's for 2 years, and then a PhD for 5 or 6 years, for a total of 7 or 8 years, you can just get an MFA for 2 years. And you have the same qualifications. Just if you do it in fiction writing versus doing it in literature. Now, the fiction writing is a lot harder. You know, if you're trying to get like a tenure position, the really cushy position, you probably have to, you know, publish a lot of stuff. But if you're just trying to get this sort of middle class position, which is all I would want, which is just to be a full-time like lecturer, I think you just have to have the requirements. I don't know. So anyway, so that's why I was like, I could go back. Getting boosted, yeah, basically. So I could, if I went back and I got a master's in fiction writing, then I could be eligible for one of these full-time jobs for 2 years instead of having to restart the PhD. So that's no guarantee I would get those jobs, but I would at least be eligible to apply. And it'd just be fun. It's like, it's a 2-year investment. If I never get anything better out of it, you get paid the same as a grad student as you do as an adjunct. So like, you have to take classes, but that's fun. I like taking classes. I like learning stuff and having cool conversations with people, meeting cool people. The classes are a bonus.
I am bad because
Just like being part of like a book club or something.
Enemy killing spree. An ally has been slain.
Oh, she didn't have to rip that? Okay, she got it. Nice. That was pretty well played. So yeah, that's kind of a plan. Oh god. I think I'm dead. I can't run away from your deer. Especially your deer plus Seraphim. Okay, so I haven't really been paying attention to much in this game. I'm just having too much fun chatting with you guys. So Zoe's fed. Jax is a problem. Irelia's Trinamere very down bad. Zaya is kind of coming online. The Udyr and the Jax are the only ones that matter. They basically have 2 supports, Udyr and Jax.
An enemy is dominating.
Start a private practice. You know, I've thought about that. Could I just like start a private school or something? I mean, I'll probably just end up teaching high school, which probably be fine. You just don't have as much like flexibility. You kind of have to do just whatever the curriculum says, whatever the standardized test says. But it would still be teaching. It'd be fine. Probably be fine. Oh god. I didn't see him kill that person. Zoe is so hit or miss.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Oh, we actually doing damage to it?
Woo! Being bad just feels so good.
Ooh, nice.
World's gonna burn. I will come easy by.
Can we do this? Aurelia, that thing does scale pretty well. She's got a couple of kills now. She's got a lot of deaths, but you know what? Still got some gold. Yeah, that would be fun. I just haven't been writing enough. I need to be writing more. But I keep getting, like, teased. That's what I was gonna do last year. It's like, I'm gonna try to write. Yeah, we'll get pipes here. I'm gonna go for this writing thing, and I was like, you know, listening to some podcasts about like writing technique, and I had some ideas. I like writing out some stuff, writing up some drafts, but then they, you know. But then, you know, the private school I was at, they were just like, hey, we got these 2 open positions. And maybe I was misreading it, but I thought it seemed sort of implied that I was going to be a competitive candidate. Like, they weren't saying I was 100% going to get it, but they're like, hey, if you really focus up on this,
Why would you even?
I think you could do it. One was literature, for not exactly the time period that I did, but kind of close. Like mostly like Renaissance medieval. And then the other one was just like writing, like technical. Now that wanted a little bit more like journalism type stuff,
Yes.
but that one also didn't require a PhD. They said like master's is optional. They would even give it to you with an undergrad, or they would let you apply with an undergrad. The other one was like you could do it with a master's. PhD looks good, but anyway. So I kind of put the writing on pause so that I could go all in on learning this literature and really trying to become a competitive candidate. And they gave me the class that I would be teaching. That's that literature class I was teaching. They gave me that class. I'm like, oh yeah. And they even said something like, hey, can we let other candidates come in and teach one of your classes when we get down to the finalist candidates? And I was just like, yeah, sure. And he's like, I know that'll be, you know, maybe a little awkward if you're a candidate too, so we're going to have to, like, you know, not let you be there on that day. And then, you know, they're, like, setting up this whole thing. Like, I was probably going to be a finalist. They were going to do these interviews. And then they never did that. I never heard anything. They never said, hey, we're not going to give you the job, or decide to go in a different direction with this and this, or they never did the thing where they were teaching my class. Nah. Alright, no. Just let it was reset. I don't know about this, brother. Jack's really strong, brother.
I don't apologize.
Okay. Alright, we're back in it. So anyway, it is what it is, you know.
Yes.
And it's just,
Let's say it anyway.
I always tell people, if you really, unless you're just independently wealthy, or you just marry like an amazing woman that like makes money and is okay with you not making any money, you never go into academia. I mean, to be fair, people kind of warned me about that kind of stuff. But I always felt like I was going to be the exception. Like, oh yeah, I'll be the one that gets the academic job. Because,
Self-control.
you know, I had like these hints where I thought I was good, but it just like doesn't matter. Well, I'm getting stuff published, doing this and this. No. There's a lot of people doing this. So, I don't know. I think if I just finished the PhD, maybe I could have been better. I don't know. It's been an okay journey so far. It's just like, now it's been, you know, just a little rocky.
Let's destroy everything they hold and then laugh in their faces.
Furry smut pays the bills. Maybe that's what I need to do. You know, I had thought about writing romance. Now, that's one of those things, too, where it's like, because I think that would be pretty fun.
Those good guys are just kidding themselves.
I feel like there are not a lot of straight men romance novelists. There are, like, Nicholas Sparks, like, there are some that are, like, big time, but most of them are women, and most of the viewers are women, too. Or viewers, readers are women, too. But I don't know. It could be cool to have a different voice, but I don't know. It feels kind of like a girls' club, but like all of academia, at least in English, is sort of a girls' club.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
But a lot of times they're still on about, oh, we need more women like doing this and this. I'm like, dude, this field is like mega dominated by women. Are we not fucking with this guy? I may have fucked up.
Shut down.
I love evil, and evil loves me.
Trinamir kind of got run out of that.
It's not that I completely lost my sense of hope. It's that the light inside me died a long time ago, leaving a dark, very good-looking soul.
Shut down.
You're not gonna get the dragon, man. But it would be fun. I don't. The gay novel or bi novel, I think that's pretty hot right now, especially bi men, especially with like you've got what is that, heated rivals and stuff. I think that's becoming a much bigger thing, even with women.
Safety.
But I just don't have the
Let's start a fight.
experience to like write that. I mean, you don't have to be gay to write gay stuff, but it would feel a little inauthentic too. I don't know if that's. I don't know.
Life is way more fun with rules.
I mean, it's just like men writing women characters. I mean, you don't have to be a woman to write women characters, or vice versa. But I don't know. Just trying to like tap into the LGBT. It feels almost like a little exploitation. Yeah, I don't know if that's entirely true. We gotta be careful. We might get died here. Oh, nice. Yeah, we just went off that. Hell yeah. Okay, well, almost threw the game at bottom and basically won the game right there. What even jumped at us? I thought it was Shyvana, but that was last game. Just Udyr flashed in or something.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Invite Jason over. I don't know. Our wives would be cool with that. Maybe. But Penny, it's research. You gotta do it for our multi-billion-dollar book. We got the next heated rivals going on here. But it would be interesting to write a romance novel, but it's one of those market things where it's like... And I didn't used to think about that too much in my research, like the Buddhism research and stuff, but it's like... It's just not a huge market for that. There's a little bit. There are a few books about it. It's kind of interesting. But you have to fight that white guy writing about colonialism narrative. I just didn't think about that. It's hard being a white guy. I know it's like, sounds like a meme, but in academia, in a field that is so massively hostile to white men, especially at that previous place, especially doing something like colonialism, but you have to really like lean into like feminist theory and like go super deep into that to like not get alienated. There was one girl how they felt like their masculinity was challenged, or you know, it was like problematic in some ways and things like. And she got like chewed out by this other like woman professor who was ironically the same person that was like on my case a lot. And that was a woman talking about like male masculinity, and it wasn't just about like men are all awesome. It was just like, well, it's complicated, you know, like some men were, you know, really oppressive, but there were some that were, you know, having problems themselves. They weren't living up to those masculine expectations. Did I say that? Expectations, yes. And she thought that was worth exploring. I think like Byron was one of them. Percy Shelley. I thought it was interesting. She talked to me one time. She said she was just like in tears after like floating that idea by this professor because the professor just seemed, I don't know, anti the narrative, you know. Um, but I don't know. These are just options. But it'd be a small investment. I would be getting paid about as much as I do anyways if I got in and I was a grad student. So I wouldn't really be losing a ton of income. I would have to again write papers, go to classes, but I think that would be fun. And then like worst case, it's 2 years. I have one more credential that doesn't mean anything, and I just had fun doing it. Best case, I'm actually more qualified to do some stuff. I mean, I guess there's the collateral cost if I could have been just teaching high school the whole time and making some more money if I get into teaching high school. Um, we'll see. I would really like to stay in academia. It's just so hard to stay in there. It's because you just have more freedom and it's, you know, the schedule, not gonna lie, the schedule is nice too, right? You don't have to be there all day, every day, you know, for 8 hours, which I know most people do that for jobs, but it's just cool because I can like schedule the conferences and like space them out. I can grade papers kind of at my own pace. I can answer emails. So I just have a lot more flexibility during the day. I'm still spending a lot of time working, but it's doing different tasks, being flexible. You know, if I need to pick up the kids, I need to go to a doctor's appointment, I need to run some errands, you know, whatever. Because I'm kind of the household manager. Well, not kind of, I am. You know, I get all the groceries, I clean everything. It's like the roles are reversed, basically, with my wife and I, which is hilarious. But she's the one that makes the real money, you know, works the traditional 9 to 5. I'm the one that basically has a hobby type job in education, and does basically all the cleaning, cooking, just maintenance, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm also, she's pretty social too, but I'm sort of the more of the social butterfly in different situations. Yeah, the professor, I mean, I don't want to hate too much, but she told me, because I thought she was on my side. I thought we were cool the whole time. She's the one that recruited me to go there. Like, I went there and she was going hard. Like, she was talking to me. She's like, oh, this is great research. You're going to love it here. And the other place I was thinking of going was in Kentucky. And she was at a conference there. I went to a conference. And then I also had Kentucky scout me out. And she found me at the conference. She's like, no, don't go here. Go to our place. She was like lobbying hard. And then I think it was after my first or second year, I'd been talking to her, just running stuff by her, trying to go to conferences, trying to get stuff published, thinking about different papers, research ideas. And then at one point she said, you know, I was asking her about this other professor who I wasn't sure. I thought I may have rubbed her the wrong way, a different professor there, with one of the research topics I wanted to do. Because I was trying to make it, I can't even remember what it was. It was something about Buddhism in Japan in World War II. Like some American authors or something. And then she was Max. It was about like, it was Asian American. It was looking at Asian American literature. And she assigned some of these older books leading up to that. But she didn't consider that Asian American. It was like a Japanese writer who had been in one of the Japanese, I want to call it internment camps. I don't remember what they called it, but like the Japanese, you know, camps in America where they rounded up all the Japanese during World War II. And they were talking about their experience. Now he was a Buddhist and he like forgave people for that. And, you know, it was like a really interesting narrative. But she's like, that's not Asian American. So what she thought was Asian American was a very specific political movement that started in the 60s and 70s. Like, this person is Asian and they're in America. They're just not writing about the same kind of political agenda that was going on in the 60s and 70s. It was political. It was critiquing stuff, but it had like a different framework. It just wasn't the same stuff. But like, you assigned that book. I don't know. I just like, I was trying to advocate for why I thought it would be an interesting research paper. And I think she was getting pissed at me or something. But anyways, I went and talked to my person who I thought was great. This professor, this other one I've mentioned a few times. the one with the stick up her butt, as you said. Um, and I was telling her, hey, this professor, I'm trying to advocate for this. I think I might be I think I may have pissed her off. Do you think I should just choose topics, or is there a way I could change this topic to maybe fit kind of what she's wanting? And that's it for the games. I'm just going to talk for a few more minutes. But I appreciate y'all coming out, but I'll just finish my thought here. Then I got to go to sleep. It is kind of late. But she was like, you're the worst student I've ever had. And I was just like, what? This is like out of nowhere. I thought this is someone that's like close to a best friend, like at this program, right? Like very short lived, but I think this guy's like my staunchest ally the entire time. It was just like such a Brutus, type of moment. I was just like, I didn't even know what to say. I just looked at her. I think I may have like grinned a little bit because I wasn't sure what to say. I thought it was a joke or something. Like she's like, oh, you're the worst student, but then she just kind of nodded and just like stone faced just looked at me, and I'm just like, I didn't know what to say. I'm like, I don't even remember what I said. I think it was like, why? What do you mean? Or something like that. And I don't know. I just apologized. I'm sorry. Whatever I did, I can, I'll do better. Just tell me what I need to fix or something. And I don't remember what all she rattled off. It was like, you're like so conceited and just rude to everybody and all this stuff. And I was just like, I have no idea what she's talking about. The only thing I could remember in her class that was kind of weird was we were talking about like American naturalism, which is like this end of the 1800s. It was a thing. It was a movement. And she was asking my buddy who is from Sri Lanka about that. And English is not his first language. He's a smart guy. But I thought maybe just like the terminology, she was like grilling him about it. And then he was just like, I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Is it this and this and this in the book? And then there's just kind of a silence. And then I raised my hand to chip in. That's what you're supposed to do in a seminar. Somebody says something, and then you just kind of pass the stick, and someone else says something. And it's supposed to be like a conversation. And then I said, I think what said his name, I won't say it here, but said his name is talking about is naturalism. I got that too when I read this, and I really like that part of this novel. And I think it does fit with kind of what he was saying there. So I'm just trying to help a brother out and just get the conversation going, because they were just going back and forth like they were just speaking different languages. They didn't know what was going on. And then she just looked over at him. She's like, you gonna let him speak for you like that? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I thought that was great. That was exactly what I was talking about. And she's like, I wouldn't, or something. So I was like, I thought it was maybe a joke or something. But I think she was mad that I was like this white guy speaking for the brown guy in class. Or like that's how she perceived it. Even though we were friends. And again, he like was happy that I was like helping him out, right? I wasn't saying it. I was just kind of rephrasing what he had already said. Just in the terms he probably wasn't familiar with. Or she was mad that I showed her up, that she couldn't see what he was talking about, but that I did, and that I saw the connection with that. And so I was making her look bad. When I was just really trying to move the conversation along and help everybody be happy. Because again, that's what you're supposed to do in a seminar. It's not supposed to just be a one-on-one. So anyways, that's the only thing I could think of that was weird. But ever since that, it was crazy. That was one of my first Brutus moments in my life. I guess there had been maybe a few before, but where you just think you know somebody, and then it's just like completely out of left field. But hey, what's up here in his eye? But yeah, I don't know. That was weird. Too soft for academia. You're not mean enough. Maybe. I mean, there are nice people in there. I mean, I do have ADHD. I'm pretty sure. I've never been formally diagnosed, but you guys can probably tell from how I ramble and stuff here. But I don't know. For that academic department, again, I'm not I can handle criticism if I understand where it's coming from, and especially if it seems like someone is genuinely wanting to help me out, or they're like, they make sense, like they explain it, and they're like, whatever. Um, like the previous person at the big university, it was my thesis director. Again, she's not a pushover. She told me stuff about my thesis. She's like, hey, you're gonna have to rewrite these 30 pages. This is just like not good enough, right? But she phrased it in such a way that I think you can do better than this. I like what you say here, but this part is a little thin. I think you need some more research here. But if you pull this part over here and you do this and you expand that a little bit more, I think that would really help out. So it's like very specific things, and it's not like a personal attack. It's, I like where you're going, but hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's like, I like where you're going, but this and this. So I don't know. Maybe it was just a tough love style up there. I don't know. Everybody has different styles, but I do try to be friendly, and I do try to, people please, as they say, to an extent. So I do get a little upset if people don't like me, but you can't please everybody. But the problem was she wasn't just a nobody. Like, this is the person I had to go through. She was the gatekeeper. If I wanted that degree, it had to go through her. And now she is, after that moment, it's like the most hostile figure of authority I've ever encountered after that point. And she had been so friendly and so, like, it just felt like everything had been a lie. Again, maybe something changed. Maybe she's having a bad day. There were more encounters later on that were not quite that severe. And sometimes she seemed friendly. Sometimes she would give me advice like, hey, go check out this conference. This looks great. And I'm just like, okay, is it poisoned, or am I going to get stabbed? I don't know. Like, she would seem kind of nice at times. So maybe she was just having a bad day. Maybe she didn't think that was that out of pocket to say. But again, it was not productive. Like, she did not say what I should work on and improve, right? She wasn't like, hey, I know you think you're sounding helpful here, but it came off as a little condescending. So I think if you would have just done this and this first, or if you would have tried to explore this perspective a little bit more, that might have been better. Like just something like that. And again, I think I explore perspectives. I do the best I can. I mean, sometimes I say stuff that's not the perfect thing to say at the right moment, but I think my heart's, if there was going to be a critique of me in academia, I think it would be his heart's in the right place, but bless his heart, he's just like not smart enough to talk about this, or he's not well read enough. Like that could be a legit critique. Like, this guy is not well read enough about this field. He doesn't quite have the research, the scholarship side. But I feel like the intent, that's what got me, is like, I don't think like that I would ever be mean or rude, or my intent would be to, undermine people or make people feel bad or whatever. I try. See, just that, me trying to help her out and phrase her and not just call her a raging bee or whatever. How many people are going to do that, right? That's how I always am. That's how I always approach it. I try to think as much as I can from their perspective, where they're coming from. I try to learn stuff. So that's what struck me, is it's like, but yeah, I mean, maybe she's just having a bad, a bad reaction. But either way, I should have bucked up. I should have put on my big boy pants and just worked around and just finished the degree. But it is what it is. I am where I am. My life's still great where it is. But I just got to make some decisions. Got a little crossroads here, what I want to do. So it would be fun to go back to grad school. I'll probably, hopefully, I'm going to at least have some part-time work. I think I might be able to get a couple of classes at the private school again this year. Haven't had that confirmed, but hope it'll be cool. I like the bigger school better historically, but the private school is pretty cool. It's really grown on me a lot. The students are very nice. It's a very small knit community. I really like the woods. They have great running trails. It's a beautiful campus. It's just I guess I was just used to kind of the bigger school and their program and their department. Kind of their curriculum, how they like to run stuff. But the private school is growing on me. It's pretty cool. I just want to teach somewhere. Hey, thanks, Herzog. I appreciate it. Okay. And thank y'all for coming out. It was awesome. We cracked 20 people for the first time in a long time. We had some good games. I think we could have won that one that we lost. It was a little tough, but it was really fun having these conversations, hanging out with you guys. But I should be back tomorrow, probably around the same time, possibly a little bit earlier. We'll see. 11:30. Jason will still be out of town until Sunday or Monday, but we'll come in, we'll hang out, we'll have some more good combos. But thanks everybody for coming out. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.